Hello everyone and welcome to my new NFL series that will be following the 2016 NFL season. Before I begin, I must talk about how I'm going to be presenting these videos and in the format they will be in. First to begin, I met this new guy on YouTube who goes by the YouTube username as HatboxOfficial, and he has his own NFL series on his channel. The way I'm making this series is a lot similar to his with only a few minor changes. And a personal message to Hatbox, please don't take this like I'm stealing from you. Your series inspired me, and I don't really have the editing softwares to make what I originally imagined. I'll be honest with everyone here. This video, I have it uploaded right now on Google Slides. I have a bunch of slides going on. The audio is from my camera, which I'm going to be merging into the screen recorder I have going on, because for whatever reason, the audio on the screen recorder does not pick up anything. So right now it's just video, and then the camera's audio. Images are pulled up from Google, and that's basically all I can do. Plus, I don't want to make a video where I'm just sitting in front of the cameras talking about this, and I can't add any cool pictures around me or players or etc. So that's just gonna see how this works. So, anywho, let us begin. We are going to move on to the first game, which is the most interesting game. Again, this game is one that people are going to be interested in a lot, and are going to be very curious on what the outcome will be. Some of you will think that I have Carolina versus Denver, but honestly, that game seems a bit overrated. And I was very close to going with New England versus Arizona, but due to Tom Brady being suspended, the game feels a bit lackluster. So, and many of you will be surprised with this, I went with Green Bay at Jacksonville, and allow me to explain why. Green Bay coming off a down season, more or less, really, as looking to make some kind of comeback, I would assume, go for a Super Bowl run, since they fell robbed in 2014, and then losing Jordy Nelson in 2015. With the return of Jordy Nelson, a lot of people will believe that this team is going to go for a Super Bowl run and make it more than likely. Of course they'll make playoffs. It'd be quite surprising if they didn't. And with, as many speculate, the best quarterback in the NFL on their roster, the team will more than likely win the division, and probably a first-round bye. Now on to Jacksonville, who many people praise that they are going to back and will perform like the team we saw in the late 90s. Well, with an offense who many believe will be one of the best this season, and some nice draft picks to help them with their defense, it's highly possible. Me, I've done a couple of predictions on some websites, and honestly, I see this team as a 500 team, maybe a 9-7. Who knows? Doubtful they'll win the division. Hard to say who will win between these two. I would believe it if either won, personally, with how highly speculated Jacksonville is, and how much of a downhill Green Bay is going in. And Aaron Rodgers is getting pretty old, guys. Hard to say how much it will affect the game. And for me, personally, Jordy Nelson doesn't seem like that much of an impact on the offense for a team who still went 10-6. Anywho, on to the next category. I have the most close scoring game. This game is between two teams where basically if some random person walked up to the street and asked you who's going to win this game, you're going to have a blank look on your face because you don't know. You have no idea who's going to win this game. I mean, of course, if it's your team playing, you're going to assume that they'll win. But besides the point. This is also a game where if you play any of those survival-related things on like Yahoo or the NFL website, I highly recommend not picking either of these teams because I can't promise you either will win. And for this game, I have the Oakland Raiders at the New Orleans Saints. And allow me to dig deep into this. Oakland, a lot like Jacksonville, has many people believing they will be a great team this season, and they could potentially win the division. Again, like Jacksonville, I also see this team as an 8-8, maybe 9-7 at the end of the season. I'm a huge fan of the AC/DC connection, Amari Cooper and Derek Carr. Crabtree, I suspect he'll do great. And the defense, with, I believe, Bruce Irvin now added to there. And Khalil Mack, I think Khalil Mack has a good chance to go for that sack leader in the sacks this year. Since J.J. Watt's going to do some surgery and all that. As for the Saints, well, kind of hard to argue with their offense. With Drew Brees under center, if he performs like he usually does, he should be fine. And Brandon Cooks going to his third year. A lot of people say that third-year receivers usually tend to play their best and pretend to put up monstrous numbers. That being said, the defense needs to pick up a bit if this team plans on pushing for the playoffs. I don't see them winning the division. They could push for a wild card, but hard to argue with Arizona and Seattle arguing for their divisional, and Green Bay and Minnesota arguing. On to our final game, we have the biggest blowout game, which, again, an obvious meaning one team will be extremely better than the other, perform better, high-scoring game for them, or just very low-scoring for the opposing team. And for this game, I have Miami heading to Seattle. A lot of praise goes to the head coach, for he believes that he will be able to resurrect this team and bring them into the playoffs, per se. But they're heading into Seattle, and teams tend to play a lot better when they're at home. And Seattle inadvertently has had a control on the NFC for a couple of years now. So they're probably going to perform really well. And I just don't trust Miami to beat a team like Seattle, especially at home. Final score, for the sake of predicting, I have 38-14 Seattle. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they'll score that much, but Seattle's just going to outperform Miami by a lot. Anywho, that will do for this week. Here are my Week 1 predictions. Post your opinions in the comment section below, or hit me up on social media what you think. Have your opinion, I'll let you look at them for a moment. Or you can pause the video if you want to look over this. And I'm going to end this video with a Super Bowl 51 prediction. Again, I'm only working off the preseason, and I didn't really see a whole lot. And as I remember, I don't think anyone majorly got injured. So I'm going to stick with my prediction for Steelers at Panthers. That is it for me. I will see you all next week. Goodbye.